How then do we do something new in the filmmaking world? What's your ideas on that?
I mean, for me, when it
From
comes
like a
to
kind of a practical standpoint for us.
yeah, when it comes to just creating something new, a lot of things when creating something new, it's just a new set of eyes looking at something and saying, "This is how I see it. This is my perspective of something."
Yeah.
So when you're creating something new, you're kind of just seeing it from your perspective and how you want to interpret the film, the video, however you want to, whatever you're creating.
Mm-hmm.
So doing something new from your perspective, I mean, it's you doing it yourself is creating something that's new. I mean, it's always good to say, like, let me take my perspective, maybe tweak it a little bit to be different.
Yeah.
To create something that's new, but it's your perspective. I mean, it's new.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. What you see creatively, you as an individual artist, you're going to affect a production in a way that's going to have your fingerprints on it.
Yeah.
And that's going to be something new. It's going to be something unique. Even the way you light a scene is something unique. I think it's important to start thinking about the details instead of just like what we were talking about. You see these things where Tom Cruise is going to space, or they're making Avatar 2 that's going to blow everyone's mind with how great the animation and the visual effects, that's all done in a computer. It's all artificial, you know? These revolutionary modern moments that are so big and gigantic, it feels like we will never be able to surpass them. The world changes all the time. People like podcasts. We talked about Joe Rogan's podcast. It's the most simple thing you can do, and it has huge audience. People still like simple things. And also there's an aspect, what perspective, if you want to get into video, or if you are in video and we're like us, what perspectives do we need to have as we continue in this world? Well, one big thing that I was thinking about that I think is different is the fact that technology in our time is becoming so much more elaborate and so much more affordable and so much more accessible that if you have the determination and the willingness and the patience and the self-discipline to learn stuff, then I think something that's revolutionary is you creating, people like independent artists like us, create something that's really well made, that looks very professional, and it's an indie film. It's something that's independent, that's done by just a small handful of people. That's something revolutionary. That's something that couldn't happen, 10 years ago.
That is true.
Not to the quality of Hollywood, but now we can. Because we have access to this equipment, it's more affordable. It's something that we are able to do. And now we can set our creative minds free to come up with something that's like Hollywood standard. But it was made by just a small group of people. And it looks amazing and people around can enjoy it. And that's the kind of perspective you should bring to it. Like Josh was saying, your fingerprints are all over stuff and you see the world in a unique way. That's the kind of revolutionary mindset that we should have in today's world, because we might be like, yes, we can't do something crazy that everyone's going to talk about, but maybe it'll set just us thinking about the uniqueness of our current situation and the resources we do have, even though they don't compare at all to these bigger films, how that's going to set us on a path to be able to maybe do something that is revolutionary that no one's thinking about now.
Yeah, that is true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you never know. It can set you on a path to do something that no one's ever seen before, and everyone can talk about it. But it starts with you choosing to be creative and choosing to have the perspective you need now when you don't have many resources.